Hi there, I'm Vicki PARFENOW. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm making 5 watercolour letterpress bookmarks out of this beautiful handmade paper that I found on Amazon. Now this is 100% cotton paper. I'm bringing in a brush and some water and my T-square ruler. And what I'm going to do here is make 5 bookmarks that will fit all 5 of these wildflower stems. These are cutting dies by Sizzix, and there are quite a few brands who have cutting dies, so you may have something similar to this in your stash. So I'm lining up the first die cut and I'm bringing in some clear water on my brush and just painting down the edge of the ruler. And then I'm going to gently fold it up. I'm not folding it all the way because if I was to form a deep crease here, I would lose that lovely decal effect. I'd get more of a straight line. So I'm painting on the back as well. So this really helps to break down the fibres. I'm just using my thumbs as a guide to gently tear the paper. Now you can use this technique with any watercolour paper, whether it's Arches, Fabriano or something that you bought from the dollar store. This will work with every watercolour paper because the water breaks down the fibres. And you can see how well that matches the decal on the other sides. Now I have 4 cutting dies left, so I'm just going to divide my paper into half, and that should fit 2 on each half. And same process. And you may need to go back in and add a little more water here and there. So I think bookmarks make a great gift to give to somebody with a book. I often give books as gifts. So I like to pop a handmade bookmark in wherever I can. And these are really sweet little bookmarks. They're going to be very vividly coloured because I'm going to be using some quite intense watercolour inks over the top of them. I also like to decal the edges of my watercolour when I am using a watercolour panel on a card front as well. So this technique works really well for that as well. And now I'm just going to fit each piece onto its appropriate sized bookmark. Some are a little wider, some are a little thicker than others. That looks about right. Okay, so I'm bringing in my Big Shot, excuse me, my Big Shot die cutting machine, and I'm spritzing each side liberally with water from this distress sprayer, which I use with all my watercolour to activate my palettes and spray the paper when needed. Now normally you'd place this cutting side down, but I'm placing the cutting side up. Now the first one of these I didn't protect my plate, so it's going to cut into the plate a little bit, and my plates are quite old and quite well loved, as you can see. So I changed the sandwich up in the next one, but this first one worked okay. It gave me the exact effect I was after. You can see that beautifully embossed or debossed letterpress effect, which is what I was after. So I'm just going to do this with all 5 die cuts. Just make sure you put the cutting side up, and this time I added some white cardstock over the top. And this gave me an added bonus of actually creating a die cut piece that I can use on another project, and the silhouette of the die cut as well, which can also be used. So nothing goes to waste. Now you want to peel this off straight away because it will otherwise dry and stick to this bottom piece of paper. But look at that beautiful letterpress effect. Now you may need to add a shim depending on your cutting machine. All cutting machines are a little bit different. I found that the 2 pieces of cardstock, one on the bottom and one on the top, were the perfect amount of pressure for my machine. And you want to place those die cuts back into those debossed areas while the paper dries. So I place them back in there to dry on the paper. Now I'm bringing in the Dylusions Shimmer Sprays. These have mica pigments in the bottom, so you need to give them a shake. I'm using 4 colours: Bubblegum Pink, Fresh Lime, Calypso Teal, and Pure Sunshine. And I'm bringing in some newsprint paper pad. You could use cartridge paper or just newspaper for this. It's just to protect the base of my spray booth while I spray each of these. Now, I made this in one of my previous videos using the yellow and the green, so the Pure Sunshine and the Fresh Lime colours, and it was really, really pretty. It's really shiny and vivid. I'm going to use red and yellow, blue and green, red and blue, and I'm going to use all 4 colours on one of my bookmarks just to see how that goes. So this is the spray booth I use. It has a lid that it comes attached to the box, so that makes a perfect backing. And that newsprint is going in the bottom. Now make sure you line up your die cut absolutely in the creases where you've already debossed it. Pure Sunshine and Fresh Lime, and carefully take it out and set it aside to dry. I actually took mine out and left them outside in the sun, but they don't take long to dry. It's quick drying ink. Just lining it up, and this one I'm going to use the Calypso Teal and the Bubblegum Pink. You can see how vibrant these are. They're really vivid colours. They're really happy colours too. So Bubblegum Pink and Pure Sunshine gives a nice pink, orange and yellow. Fresh Lime and Calypso Teal. Pure Sunshine, Bubblegum Pink, Calypso Teal, and Fresh Lime. So I used all 4 colours on this, and I was hoping I didn't get mud, but actually it turned out really well. Now here's the big reveal. They're dry. I have wiped down the die cuts on the top of them, and I wanted to show you what they look like. You can see you've got this great overspray on that newsprint, which you can use for collage papers or use it for collage fodder in any way you like. But look at this. You can see the little dots that have come up, and they are embossed. So they're bumping up. They're the release points for the dies, and they look really fun. And these showed up on all 5 of them, and I really like the effect. I think it looks great. Just peel that little bit off there. So there's your first letterpress bookmark done, and that beautiful overspray paper. It has a lot of sheen and shine because the mica powders in the bottom of these sprays give them a really good glimmer. So here's the orange and the yellow together. Really pretty. The Bubblegum Pink and Pure Sunshine, this one. And those little bumps again showing up where the release points on the dies are. I just can't tell you how pretty these are in real life. Very shiny. Nice shine on that bottom paper there, that overspray. I'm loving those bumps and how they are showing up in each of them. And the sprays separate, they granulate quite a lot. So you end up with all sorts of different variations of colour mixed in together. Now this is the one I used all four on, and I did take a bit of a risk thinking I might have created brown on this, but it actually turned into a lovely purple colour. So it broke into a purple colour on the top. So I guess you could use all four sprays on all of them if you wanted to. And you can see the gold, how that's broken through in that. Really pretty. And then I think my favourite was actually the last one. You can see the gold there on that overspray. This one here is very similar to the first one I showed you that had two die cuts on it. It's that beautiful lime and Pure Sunshine. You can see the gold, how it separates out in that, so it's a really nice colour scheme. And there's the overspray. Now I went ahead and made this project as well while the others were drying. So all I did with this was I chose two die cuts and cut them out in regular fashion, and then I used the sprays over the top piece of paper. Then I layered onto just some white cartridge paper, and I only adhered it in the four corners so that it would get that look of being quite three-dimensional. And this was really pretty. So that was a bit of the blue and a bit of the red or the pink. And so now I'm going to show you what they look like together. I love this decal technique. I love that they're a little bit wonky, that they're not completely straight. I think that adds to their charm. So there's our letterpress watercoloured bookmarks. Here's some close-ups. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and I hope you give it a try. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.